Most stylists come from a retail or fashion background, but I'm a management consultant and an artist. I'll tell you why I now inspire fashion transformations for my gorgeous corporate clients. I started my working life as a health professional where fashion wasn't very important. Most people wore uniforms before moving over into corporate roles from my late 20s where fashion became very important. I felt blah about my style for most of that time, and I could see people misunderstood me once I got to corporate. I saw personally the impact that the wrong style can make, and that style is not frivolous. It has a very powerful impact on whether other people see us as powerful, smart, and successful. And that's really important when you want to be understood at a glance. I had occasional wins where I felt fantastic in my style, but far too many days of feeling I had nothing that would make the right impression. Those moments of standing at the wardrobe and realizing I'd spent 15 minutes trying to put an outfit together. And I wasn't convinced that my peers or seniors saw my potential for advancement, despite compliments flowing in about my work. I did want to excel in that corporate career. I wanted to be seen as director material. That was the job I decided to go for. So it became important to me to find a way through with this personal style question. And my love of art and design, I'll show you an example of my artwork here, meant that I couldn't let this situation slide. I spent thousands of dollars experimenting with colors, shapes, patterns, and lines to try to find out what worked for me. I leant quite heavily, I would say, in my journey on experimentation, and that all took a little bit longer than it should have when I think about it now. I did educate myself as well, and I found a lot of the advice annoyingly contradictory and confusing. But I persevered, and by the time I got to my early 30s, I had experimented myself and studied style I saw on the streets of Sydney, Melbourne, London, Paris, Milan, and around the world, taking note of what worked. And by the end of that time, I had studied thousands of outfits to know what really makes style work. This was quite the journey, and it has shaped the larger why of my life, which I'll share with you shortly. But at that point, I started receiving compliments on my style, and people started asking me for advice about fashion. And I no longer had long sessions frozen in front of my wardrobe feeling like I had nothing to wear. I had finally landed that director role, and I had done it without a stylist, but certainly by learning from a few as I went. It was a great personal win for people to ask me about my style, but also to land the role that I was aiming for. I designed style for myself that would show me for who I am, not style that would pretend to be someone I'm not. And it's a little known secret that designers and style icons dress themselves like this as well, because this is the style that we carry best, style that we're aligned with. That's the style that we feel confident wearing. It's also the clearest expression of who we are to the world that we can offer anyone at a glance. But there was a moment I realized I wanted to be a stylist, not just to style myself. And it was after I was asked to give a talk to a group of new mums on style and fashion tips. This was completely new for me. I had never done anything like that before, but I had a lot of fun pulling it together. And the mums themselves said that they felt elated, more confident, more clear. They had a spring in their step after the session. That experience was so incredible. I'd helped other women create new possibilities in their lives at a time that really mattered to them. And I wanted to do a lot more of that. So in January 2017, I received my styling certification and started Style Gorgeous. Since then, I've styled hundreds of CEOs, executives, coaches, leaders, managers, professionals, and businesswomen. I've also appeared on TV and on stage multiple times in my professional role as a management consultant. And to be able to step in front of the camera or with a live audience, confident that you're putting your best foot forward without any question in your mind that what you're wearing is fantastic, is really an empowering feeling. Today, it is an absolute honor to help women be seen as the powerful person they are through the innovative styling tools and exquisite experiences that Style Gorgeous offers to women around the world. So my why is probably no surprise to you now. I was able to put words around my why more clearly by using Simon Sinek's insights found in the book Find Your Why, which I highly recommend. If you know your why, it would be amazing for you to share it in the comments. I'm sure others will be inspired. My why is taking people on brave adventures that increase their success and joy. That is something I truly love doing. It's what I do in my consulting by transforming workplaces, and it's also what I do in my styling by transforming the way you're seen at work. My clients go from feeling diluted and held back by their style to wearing outfits that highlight their capability and their distinctive essence so they can fully show up. They are usually women in corporate roles, possibly with high profile positions and high visibility, and they know the difference that their style makes to the way they're seen in the workplace. They feel invigorated, propelled forward, and free to make their highest contribution. And often they realize that their clothes don't just affect the way others see them, they also affect their mood. And there's evidence that our clothes affect our mind, our focus, our ability to have that sense of drive in a situation. The fact that I don't come from a fashion or a retail background, but from a management consulting background, has contributed to having that fresh perspective and the ability to create exclusive, innovative ways to align your personal style with your work, your life, and your personality to create the most powerful style possible. I love showing women who believe they can never have distinctive, gorgeous, and powerful style, that it is not just for other women, it's for them too. That's why my job is to help you align your image with yourself in a way that speaks volumes where you need to show up with your clients, your stakeholders, and your teams. And this channel is where you can find out more about how to feel powerful in your image to extend your authority and influence. If that's where you're at, press subscribe below this video, and you can find out more about how you can work with me through the links in the description. You'll find that I have an online program and one-to-one services. See you again soon.